Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only Sonic the Hedgehog here, and I'm Mighty the Armadillo here, once again welcome you all back for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos once again, and we apologize for that particular delay for this particular part, because it's pretty obvious about the fact that recently, the Wii U is now turned into 10 years old recently, so yeah, we'll explain more about it until then, so... Yeah, anyways though, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Wario, Master of Disguise, aka Phantom Thief Wario D7 for the Nintendo DS. So, last time we've actually completed episode 7, which is honestly one of the greatest episodes ever throughout the entire game so far, but that's only mainly because the level itself doesn't overstay its welcome, and also there aren't any frustrating moments, although the only time it's frustrating to me though is of course this godforsaken white fish that, again, if you dare get hit by him, then basically he will steal something from you. So today, for this video is the fact that we are moving on to the next episode, which I can't believe we're actually getting pretty close by this point. So here we go with episode 8, When Dolphins Ruled the Earth. Interesting right there. And I get the strong sense of feeling we might end up being, I would say a spooky themed castle, because I can tell from that particular atmosphere and stuff like that. So either way though, we'll just go ahead and get this thing onto us. So anyway, so we've got ourselves some even more dialogue here and there, and as always that, well, as far as I'm aware, Count Counterly just somehow managed able to meet up with us again. Seriously, he never gives up, doesn't he? Yeah, tell me about it, Mighty, especially because, well, he just really wants to able to actually just to get himself the actual spotlight again for its, TV projects or anything else to be more specific. Mind you, it's been about a couple of days ago now since we actually last played this for sure, just because, like we said this before, or should we say, Mighty has already mentioned about this, it's probably because you know how recently both Rarity and Pinkie Pie have both already done their updated collection video of the Nintendo Wii U, and in some cases though, one of the most miserable selling Nintendo systems ever, alongside with Virtual Boy. So as a result of that kind of stuff though, this is the reason why it took so long to able to actually get this video updated for you guys, despite that I'm still not a big fan of this game still, like we said before, countless amount of times already in the past, but either way though, well, good news folks, we pretty much almost nearly at the end, so that's sure it's something, I suppose. So anyways, let's get this thing to it with episode 8, and no, we did not meant to turn into RT Wario, we meant to turn into Cosmic Wario, because obviously the main gimmick of this level, as you can see, is these little like switches from those specific walls or here and there. Yeah, because if you couldn't tell already, it's the fact that obviously this takes place in a spooky themed castle, as you probably already noticed, that basically in order able to advance, that basically, oh, there are some occasional doors here and there, that it's actually kind of difficult to able to actually get into one of those doors in my opinion, just because, well, if you don't be fast enough, then obviously, I think I get the strong sense of feeling, it might teleport into someplace elsewhere, so, oh god, these ghosts, what do they do? Oh, they can hurt you if they somehow stick up with you for the longest time? Oh, that's just dumb. Okay, come on. Well, at least thankfully with Cosmic Wario, we can able to actually deal with these ghosts no problem. But it's just the fact that I get the horrible feeling we're actually going back into a bit of a lengthy stage again, because as far as I'm aware, unlike the previous stage, that we actually did that particular, the previous episode, no problem. That usually, relatively speaking, because it kind of reminds me of one of those, you know, shorter segments for not only Sonic Boom Shadow Crystal, but also Fire and Ice as well, but also about the fact that, like I said before, that level, the previous level that we have done, never overstayed its welcome, so at least I appreciate about the forms of the stage length, so... Anywho, so a few things we want to explain for this point today, and that is the fact that today's day is of course the I would say today is the 21st of November today, in this case in 2022 today, so it looks like the fact of the matter is though, we've only got about, how many days we got left? oh yeah, we got about roughly 10 days to go until we move on to the final month of 2022, which is especially noticeable we're getting close to Christmas season. So, anyways though, so let's go ahead and navigate this little blue palette thing right there to the goal, like always. So, in some cases though, that we'll get ourselves one of those treasures here and there, despite the fact there might be felt a bit bragging rights, I guess, but either way though, that's saying much, so... Anyway, so, few things we want to explain while this is happening, though. Oh, wait, we can't get into that particular Genius Wario transformation to be able to see another one of those doors, but we'll just have to able to find our way to the alternative route, despite the fact that I'm almost going to be dying again. Well, that might be seems an excellent start, just like the forms of how it does it on the previous level, just because about the fact that I was not expecting for that particular things itself to be happening. So, anyways, let's just keep on moving along here, and we'll just get out able to, well, keep on moving. That's all I have to say about this. Oh yeah, so the main gimmick of this level is the fact that this only applies if you manage able to turn into Cosmic Wario of any sort. Basically though, as you can tell, there are tons of switches in the entire mansion itself. And basically, in order to progress, that you have to able to, like, where you see these blue flames in the background, that's actually that where, basically though, if you turn these switches on, basically, it can actually turn into, oh no. Oh no. Oh wait. Is this right? Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm almost gonna screw this up, so... But thank God I did not fail on that, because I was a little bit panicked for a moment, so... Because again, that certain puzzles every nowadays are gonna get a lot tougher at this point, so... Yeah, I was not expecting that, huh? So, anywho... apart from the fact that we're relatively speaking... actually, let's get into the forms of the actual, the news discussions to mention first. First of all, is the fact that, relatively speaking, the next Mario Kart Tour event did already came up. And that's what appears to be none other than known as the Animal Tour, which is going to be filled to the brim with animal costume outfits for certain characters. Or to be more specifically, though, is the fact that we've already got ourselves Tanuki Mario alongside with Tanuki Rosalina, and as well as the forms of, well, despite the fact that we haven't got Cat Rosalina, because that would be appreciation if I somehow managed able to got her in the first place, but apparently though, we accidentally managed able to got ourselves Mario Sunshine outfit, based off from Super Mario Sunshine. The reason why I managed able to got that outfit from the previous tour is because, well, nostalgia based, for the sake of, like, you know, playing Super Mario Sunshine for the longest time, such as ourselves. So, in some cases though, there's the fact that, well, relatively speaking though, there's not much else you can actually ask for. Although, Mario Sunshine outfit does have himself a pretty good item here and there, which is of course, the giant banana peel, and that's basically all there is to it, so... Yeah, that's the reason why I got him. So, well, specifically in the previous tour. So, anyway, so, speaking of that particular tour, actually, when it comes to the Animal Tour, not only does it able to actually bring in another cosmetic character into the table, which appears to be Fox Luigi outfit, which is actually based off from Super Mario 3D Land, or 3D World to be more specifically, with both games combined. And basically, they also bring back not one, but two retro tracks returning, one from Double Dash, as well as one of them from the likes of, well, surprisingly enough, in Super Circuit. So in some cases though, we have, for Mario Kart Double Dash, the returning track we've got for Mario Kart Tour, which appears to be, well, DK Mountain. And I'm gonna say, it's pretty nice to see DK Mountain finally makes a comeback after the events of not only the original form on Double Dash, but also since Mario Kart Wii as well. Because obviously that was the last time they actually just somehow managed able to reuse DK Mountain track ever since in Mario Kart Wii, although except the fact that we're going back into 8 players instead of 12 players. So, God knows if Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC Booster Course Pass will able to come into play, but either way though, we'll have to wait and see what happens in due time. So, either way though, that's saying much. So, well, this place is filled to the brim with a lot of safe spots, which is good, because especially noticeable if we somehow die, then basically though we can simply just respawn into those particular save spots for those Wario hats in mind. So that begs the question for the sake of convenience, that is. So anywho though, yeah, and also about the fact the matter is though, for I've played that particular track on my own time for a bit, that, I will say that, it's pretty nice to see it, like I said before. However, though, is the fact that it's kind of too bad about the fact that we have to deal with these awkward controls again, especially noticeable because you know how much I hate the control style of Mario Kart Tour sometimes, especially because hard to drift, hard to steer, and on top of all that stuff, though, it's just awkward to play sometimes. I'd much rather, you know, going back into, you know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again, even though despite the fact that, well, one thing I should probably also mention about this, actually, that, speaking of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, that, apparently though, in one of those, Nintendo UK adverts, you know, with the actual Christmas advert, that we technically saw it during the other day, while we were watching some news, during the forms of in the morning times, mighty. Oh, what about it? Basically, they managed able to show a brief clip of Merry Mountain track from the likes of Mario Kart 8 for the sake of the forms of the Christmas advert for the Nintendo Switch. And I'm gonna say, yep, it's definitely gonna be coming in during possibly in December or by the end of November, depending on stimulations, or in some cases, if depending on, you know, the final DLC free update thing for Mario Strikers Battle League and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in due time, especially because, well, after all, we almost nearly at the end of November, of course. So for November-wise, it's actually pretty good so far, especially that we've actually obviously do play a lot of Sonic Frontiers, obviously, and recently we did somehow manage able to realize, oh god, I almost get myself screwed over right there. Is this okay? Oh, good. So that way we got ourselves the key to someplace elsewhere. So, yeah, similar to the forms of how it does it on episode 6, that basically does the fact that we need to find certain keys in order to progress. So, that's sure it's something, I guess. So, anywho, I suppose I should probably also mention, when it comes to going back into that conversation about Mario Kart Tour, when it comes to the Animal Tour, yeah, let's get into the forms of the GBA returning track since Mario Kart Super Circuit, and that's what appears to be Riverside Lake. So, yeah, that's actually super dope and everything. Wait, actually, no way, it's Riverside Park, isn't it? Even though, mind you, it's been like a very long time since, yeah, it's Riverside Park. So, yeah, it's actually pretty cool to be able to see that track returning after the events of, well, 21 years ago since in, you know, Super Circuit. So, and I will say, graphically speaking, it's a massive improvement over the likes of how it does it in the original counterpart. So, God knows if that will be added onto the forms of the DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I'm not exactly 100% sure. Mind you, because we've only got about 4 packs left, although mind you that the third one will be on its way, so yeah, let's just wait and see what happens there. So, we need that specific key in order to progress right here, so we're just gonna have to keep shooting the these little blue switches right here, so that way we need to turn these platforms into, all these blue flames into platforms. However though, certain switches like this do activate like a time limit, so yeah, I was not expecting to see that, huh? So, anyways, let's grab some more health just in case if we don't want to die too many times, and it's just that, you know, it's fine for the most part when it comes to platforming, but, you know, as I said, controls as well as the forms, there's some gimmicks to it, it just feels very gimmicky, so, but that's just me anyway though, so, how do I seem to able to, actually, you know what though, let's just go ahead and, kill ourselves, because, well, we have no idea what the heck are we doing, so, but then again though, thankfully the save spot does manage to come into play, as well as the map function also saves as well, including the items you've gone through, but the time carries us over, so yeah, that's a little bit ludicrous, I have to say, but either way, though, was able to stick around with it, I guess, so... I get a horrible feeling about the fact that this level might also take a lot longer, just like it informs of how it does it on the 6th episode, so, or the 6th level, so... wish us luck, I guess, but at least luckily for Tiana, that she's going to be tackling through the easiest Wario DS game, which is, of course, WarioWare Touched, and speaking of which, though, that she's almost pretty much done with the game, actually. Well, mind you, she's almost at the halfway point of, you know, WarioWare Touched as the game itself, as far as story mode is concerned. But relatively speaking, though, she's actually having herself a lot of a fun time playing, well, WarioWare Touched so far, because, well, I can assure to you right off the bat though, mighty, is the fact that, well, the views value for the sake of this game isn't all that special, just because, well, again, it's just that we're just not a big fan of this game, so... Anywho though, so let's get to the informs of another topic for this point, and that is the fact that, I'm pretty sure with Fox Luigi's special item, as far as the Mario Kart Tour is concerned, basically though is the fact that his special item is, of course, the Super Leaf. So, just like the informs of how it does it on, you know, Tanuki Mario, alongside with, you know, Tanuki Rosalina. The only time exception is, of course, White Tanuki Mario, because it only gets is just, I would say, Giga or Big Banana Peel item, if I recall correctly anyway. Well, mind you, that item is very effective, especially because if I was trying to able to get myself a lot of event tokens, you know, with the green coins you'd be getting, for the sake of certain conditions and all that stuff though, with, you know, taking rivals down or anything else to be more specific. Oh yeah, what about it? Basically though is the fact that I can just simply able to spam the heck out of the forms of the banana item, and that way I can able to actually just to let any other opponents get slipped by one of them, and as a result it should make things a lot easier to manage. So for the sake of grinding some more of those event tokens as far as that's been concerned with. So anywho, yeah, I guess it's that. And yeah, for what if I see the actual brief clip about the forms of the sneak preview of Merry Mountain coming into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, that with the forms of the UK, you know, Nintendo Switch advert commercial, that it does feel remarkably similar to the forms of how it does it on the previous version on Mario Kart Tour, except the fact that with visuals wise, it feels a lot more stunning to see. Although I cannot wait to see how that course is going to plays out through time. So in some cases though, there's not much else I can explain about this. So anyway, the next thing we want to point out is the fact that recently, I would say since about like 6 days ago, that since that was during the forms of, oh god, those objects are gonna get a lot faster to able to drop. Okay, so this is what things gets really tough, so... Oh my god, oh no, oh seriously, seriously game. Oh, I hate this. Anyway, so... yeah, anyway, in terms of the forms of everything else for that specifically, that, with those 4 games combined, although, relatively speaking, I'll explain more details about one of those, things related to Sonic Frontiers, no spoilers by the way, so, as I promised you guys, I'm probably not going to spoil the ending for you guys. So anyway, in terms of 4 of those Nintendo Switch games, both ARMS, Super Mario Maker 2, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Splatoon 2, apparently those 4 Nintendo Switch games received the actual updates for the sake of the forms of patch updates. So in some cases, in ARMS, gets version 5.4.1 update version, so I'm not exactly sure how do I explain about this, because mind you, I don't necessarily play ARMS all that much though, just because of its bare bones content, or that specifically when it comes to repetition or something, but that's just me anyway though. And for Animal Crossing New Horizons is actually on version 2.0.6, so yeah, that's sure it's something. And for Super Mario Maker 2 receives version 3.0.2. So despite the fact that the last time we actually had one of those updates related to Super Mario Maker 2 was actually by the forms of a world builder. So, you know, with creating your very own worlds for the sake of, like, specific levels you've made and all that stuff, though. So, yeah, that seems legitimate right there for the sake of the forms of About Time able to finally receive more updates based off from, you know, Super Mario Maker 2. Mind you, it's just about the forms of stable or stability kind of systems or something. But either way, though, that's saying something. So, and it's kind of a shame I can't proceed over there just because, well, everything else about this game decides to able to just taunting me right now. And there's no way I can able to actually activate that switch down there because, well, I was expecting to do exactly the same trick as in the 6th level, but it doesn't seem likely, so that sucks. But I suppose it doesn't really matter though anyway, just because, well, I think we're pretty much almost there towards the very end of the level. But again, it's hard to tell at this point because I do not know any other aspects about this game whatsoever. So, yeah, forgive me if I somehow managed to botch everything else up. So, and I think I'm about to die again. Yep, I died again. Oh, screw this game. Screw this game. Well, everything else goes all fine until certain enemy encounters or certain hazards just throws me off. Like, it literally just throws me off. Like, none every single, like, good aspects. Okay. I'll just activate that switch here and just trying to go down, I suppose. Yeah, I'm sorry about the fact that my commentary is a little bit iffy at this point, especially how this game decides to able to taunt me again, because obviously about the fact that, well, despite we're almost done with the game, so yeah, I just cannot wait until whenever we get this game finished before we move on to, let's just say, a good Wario platformer game on a different system, which is, of course, Wario Land The Shake Dimension, or Wario Land Shake It, for those of you who lived in North America, because, seriously, I think that game coming up is actually going to be 10 times as better than this. Well, despite there are some motion controls to be found around here, as well as certain missions might seem to have a bit of struggle at some points, but apart from those side of things though, it'll be a lot more fun to able to actually go into Wario Land Shake It whenever we get into that game until at some point next year, so if possible anyway, so yeah, because I can tell about the fact that in certain uploading schedules might be a bit of a troubleshooting at this point, so yeah, I can usually say for this point my team, because either way though, we just want to able to get certain stuff finished before we catch up into the forms of, you know, pretty much everything else for that resides, so anyway, for Splatoon 2, when it comes to version updates, at the moment that game is now on to version 5.5.1, so yeah, I've got nothing more to say about this, especially because, well, we have not seen those specific games updated for a very long time. Well, to be more specifically, when it comes to any other, like, past games on the Switch library of stuff, so, anyway, so let's get into the forms of the important discussion about the forms of, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this you on about? Apparently though, it's the fact that, well, there's actually Chromar, Choken, Skin, and Jukebox are now available as paid DLCs for Pac-Man World Repack has now officially become to its tuition. So, in some cases though, we got ourselves the, a new cosmetic skin, and a jukebox is now available as DLC on Pac-Man World Repack. So, you can now able to actually use the jukebox to select more than 50 songs for that matter. So, that's actually interesting. Especially that you can able to change the background music on the actual Ghost Island, or dress Pac-Man in a cool black Chogulin robot design to make it a little bit more of a chrome-like. So, yeah, that's interesting. Although, the only drawback with this is that you need to pay DLC for it, which, on the Switch version, we can do it just that. But as far as PlayStation and Xbox versions are concerned, well, we'll try to think more about it, especially because, well, honestly, that I haven't exactly beaten the game yet, because we got distracted by the forms of playing Sonic Frontiers recently. So, speaking of Sonic Frontiers though, is the fact that we actually got ourselves a free DLC that just recently came out for about 6 days ago. So in some cases though, why can't I do the flipping door? Okay, thank you. Oh jeez, this game can really just traumatizing me sometimes, even though I was trying to create a door, but the game tells me, you're doing it all wrong, Mr. Hedgehog. So in some cases though, well, screw you about that. Anyway, so at least we did manage able to transport back in here apparently, so just to able to actually double check if there are certain areas I'm missing something, but in some other cases though, I've got nothing more to add, so... Anyway, and I get the feeling my stomach actually rumbles for some reason, so... Because obviously I'm still obsessed with the forms of having some chili dogs every once in a while, but either way though, that's saying something, so... Okay, so there's a treasure right there, so we do need to use the Cosmic Wario transformation right here, so we just got to be more accurate with all these specific shots, and also just, you know, destroy those flame blocks again, so just to ensure... Oh, wait a second, these are the fake treasure box. Let's get rid of him anyway, so... How do I... Ah, he got away. Ah... That's a bit underwhelming, I guess, for its unexpected ambush with that fake treasure and stuff like that. But at the very least, we were able to get ourselves some more disguise gems, so potentially trying to able to level up or anything else like that. So. Oh yeah, and every time whenever you do manage to able to activate something for that particular switch, as you can tell, in addition with those blue flames will turn into block as platforms, and then exponentially that it'll just go vice versa. But also, if you manage to able to do all that kind of stuff while the enemies are involved, basically the enemies have somehow become a ghost transparent. So in some cases though, these enemies don't harm you whatsoever until you're able to activate the block switch, so yeah, that's saying something, so... Alright, so it looks like we actually stumbled across, I would say another, upgrade of any sort, so we'll just go ahead to, like, code this all in, so it shouldn't be too difficult, unlike, the previous upgrade, sequence that, we sort of have a hard time doing it. Yeah, because we somehow managed able to have not so much great memories with this game though, I must be honest here. But hey, at least we're done on the first go around this time around though, so in some cases we might get the upgrade based off from Spark Disguise, so I wonder what this is going to involve this time. And the actual things itself we get this time is just let these spark projectiles split up, and that's about it basically, so nothing else, nothing more I guess, but at least it's something as far as, you know, upgrades worth noting for I guess, so nothing special around here. So anyway, back into what I was saying in terms of the forms of Sonic Frontiers when it comes to its free DLC that already came out since about 6 days ago, that we've actually got ourselves the Monster Hunter costume for free DLC. So yeah, and I'm gonna say, for that particular costume in mind, it's actually pretty cool. And also you get yourselves the actual barbecue sequence here and there as well. Like, I think you do able to actually do a bit of a timing syndrome or something like that, but once it's fully cooked, then basically that was another way you can able to actually, well, if you can't be bothered to able to do fishing all the time, well, thankfully there's another way you can able to grind some more of those tokens. Well, we're probably not going to spoil too much heavy onto the actual story elements like I said before, just because that game is still relatively new and stuff like that. So in some cases though, that's yeah, I think that's as far as I can try to explain about the forms of that particular free update or the free DLC thing for Sonic Frontiers in mind. So yeah, that's saying something, so... Oh, these minigames are gonna get boring. Especially you have to come across into these things so many times. Like, seriously, it's not even fun anymore. I understand, because you really do prefer platforming and all that stuff, and able to get, you know, the treasure chest without needing to require, well, a lot of repetition here and there. And also, not to mention, though, is the fact that, well, relatively speaking, though, this gets a lot more samey with those minigames in mind, because, again, there's only 8 minigames in this entire game, so that's a bit of a waste. At least from my experience, anyway, because unlike, you know, Wario Land 2, at least they do have some interesting minigames here and there with all that, guess which specific enemy panel as it usually says on the actual padlock. And as far as I'm aware, they also include the number panel game at the end of the actual each and every single level. Well, mind you, not every level though, because it informs within the real final chapter level that basically though is just basically it's like an endurance test when it comes to doing time attacks and you name the rest. So, despite it might actually take you a lot of tries to able to actually just to complete, you know what I mean, the final chapter, so... Oh, dear me. I don't know about you, but this game is kind of yawning me all of a sudden because, well, I got nothing more to say about this, I suppose, so... Okay, I honestly have no idea what the heck am I going. I mean, jeez, it's like... It's just like, episode 3 and episode 6 all over again when it comes to trouble navigating, and it's just... Okay, this is getting ridiculous. In fact, what I'm gonna do, that's, no, I can't do that because that'll just make the actual blocks split apart, so... Ay. And the atmosphere is alright, but it's just that I'm thinking that the music itself gets a tad annoying to me, though. I don't know if this will work. Let's try that. I did not mean to create a block. I mean... You know what, whatever. Whatever, we're just gonna have to... Okay, I guess that works. So... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so at least I got something out of it, so... I think this is where we're able to actually just to, like... get our proper level progression. So, because I can tell with that particular switch, and also as far as I see on the top screen portion of this recording, that basically that we've almost nearly at the end, so... Ugh. I'm sorry about the forms of this awkward yawning for this point, guys, because I think this level just kind of bores me. Like, literally just bored the heck out of me. Because unlike something like, you know, episode 7, that it just doesn't make me too drastically tired. So, either way though, that's saying much. So I get the strong sense of feeling, after the forms of the Animal Tour for Mario Kart Tour, I believe the next update or the next tour will be on possibly by the end of November actually, until the 30th of November, which I suppose we should probably talk more details about that until whenever we get to that day, so... Okay, there's a safe spot, so... Oh jeez, so many ghosts! Okay, so there's the switches again, so we'll just go ahead and deal with that in a second, because first of all, I need to save my game, because otherwise, if I somehow dare die on the forms of the actual boss fights, then obviously I'm gonna have to do this entire backtracking aspect all over again. Not only that, if I spend a very long time on certain levels throughout, basically I won't be able to have enough cash, so that way I don't feel like trying to be bothered about the forms of the rankings department for, you know, the name title for its richer goldness, I guess, but still. But, excuse me, I literally draw the heart. For God's sake, this game is just... Okay. go ahead and, actually, do we need, a switch or something to, like, activate certain stuff here and there? This might be actually be a trickier situation around here. Oh yeah, I should probably also mention about this actually, that barely the never I suppose when it comes to mentioning certain stuff like this. Happy 10th anniversary of the release of My Little Pony made by Gameloft. So, I suppose that some toys I've already mentioned about this, but I think I might also say this again anyway, just for the sake of the forms of, like, not knowing the certain, news updates here and there. So I think I might also say this anyway. So, well, there's a treasure up there, so let me just go ahead and quickly, obtain that quickly. In addition to some more cash here and there. So just in case we can able to, like, okay, there's nothing over there, so we'll just, go up and grab this chest and do another repetitive minigame. But at the very least, this one is actually super duper quick as well. So I think between dot to dot and this go by very fast. Although, until whenever we get to the next episode, oh god, I think this is where the thing starts to get a lot more punishing. That, well, you probably already noticed what the forms of the actual Wario's cap icons. That basically though is the fact that that actually counts as like, I don't know. It's hard to explain really, because again, I do not know this game all that much, so... Anyway, so thankfully we've actually accessed the safe spot. Yeah, just in case you don't able to, like, restart this entire progressioning again, so... I do know for a fact that for one thing in mind, that I somehow managed able to ignore one of those treasures somewhere, because I can see that top screen portion where it says like a yellow box somewhere. So in some cases though, I've got nothing more to add for the sake of likely trying to able to actually access there. So in some cases though, I'm just gonna skip that for now, so... But it looks like she somehow came back again, I guess. So there's nothing we can do about the blue flame, so in some cases though, what she is about to be doing exactly. Ooh, I honestly have no idea what this is though, but either way though, it looks like... And also I just realized something is the fact that, relatively speaking though, honestly, there's not much else I can just say about this for the sake of the forms of that particular discussion at this point today, because, wow, honestly, it's just about the fact that I've already mentioned about quite little details as far as that's been concerned with, so... Okay, so the blue flame is now gone, apparently. So, I guess that's fine, I guess. So, anyway, so let's just go ahead and, I can assure you that this is where we're gonna be meeting up with the next boss, so... So, anyway, there's not much else I can say, but, again, I apologize for that particular awkward commentary or awkward dialogue here and there. But as a result of that kind of stuff, though, it's just I just want to get this game moving and done with, because I know for a fact, for one thing, that Nintendo Live, the actual website of the forms of that particular Nintendo Live, did somehow manage able to give this game a lower score rating. Like specifically, it gives like a 3 out of 10, like a bad game, because obviously it has a lot of gimmicks and all that stuff that I'm not exactly too comfortable with. So, I almost felt a lot more suffocated by the forms of this godforsaken game anyway, so... Well, apart from a couple of exceptions though, but it's just about the fact that I just want to get this thing moving and just get going. Although I would like to able to skip any other dialogue, but unfortunately though, we have to go with this, so... Anyways, here's the forms of the next boss in this game, and this one appears to be Stuffy the 64th. Apparently that's what this boss is named. So it's literally a king dolphin of any sort. So in some cases though, I think this boss has been divided into 3 phases. So in this first phase right here, I honestly have no idea what I was expecting to do in this boss fight, honestly. But I do know for a fact that that particular closed door thing on the floor might have something to do with that. So, oh god. I have to able to avoid... Oh, don't tell me you have to restart this entire thing all over again. Okay, so this is getting a bit serious, I guess, from my perspective anyway, so... Oh, jeez. What the heck am I supposed to do? Because I know for the fact that unlike the other boss... Oh, come on! God, this game just hates me sometimes for its drawing skills and all that stuff. Like, I was trying to be as fast as I can, but it's just the fact that every time when I screwed up at the forms of those godforsaken hearts drawing, and it just... Alright, come on. Jeez. Let's go ahead. So... Oh, do I have to? Oh, wait a second, I need to transform into a genius Wario. Ah, dang it, I didn't get a chance. Okay. And yeah, sometimes that Stuffy D64 managed able to spawn in some of his minions and stuff like that, or as slavements or something. Okay, there we go. So, come on. Right, almost. Really? The switch didn't last for very long, I guess. At least I can able to actually beat those guys from the top, no problem, I guess. Oh shoot, this is gonna be bad. I think I'm gonna die again anyway. Yep, I did die yet again. So that was 3 deaths so far in this entire stage. Yep, not a big fan of this level, honestly. Although atmospherically wise, it's pretty alright. But for gimmicks wise, again, I just have a lot of complaints about gimmicks in this game sometimes. But anyway, let's try this boss fight again, and hopefully we'll try to succeed at that point, but we shall see. Mind you, we only died on the first phase though, so that shouldn't be too bad, especially that... Oh god, I just realized. Oh, what's the matter, Sonic? Basically, if I somehow managed able to go right near to Count Cannonoi, basically though is the fact that, oh, come on, just... This is so awkward! Oh my god, these controls are ass. Or just straight up ass. Yeah, I'm sorry about the actual curse word, folks, because... Let me tell you, this game just, you know, annoys me most of the time. Okay, come on, there we go. Alright, come on, come on. Alright, that should... What the hell? What the hell is up with that particular time spam for the actual godforsaken Switch? Okay, come on. Ah, come on. Come on. Almost done. Just... Oh my god! What is up with the switches in this game? Oh my god. Calm down, Sonic. Calm down. Don't go into the actual rage-quitting moments during, since, episode 3. Or episode 4, whatever, to be more specifically. I think it's specifically episode 4, mighty, because... Why is the hitbox just somehow gets a lot more errors, so... Oh, I get it. I do get it now. We have to stand on the switch the whole time, and you have to be fast on these parts. Okay, the game never tells me to be able to actually hold down the switch most of the time, and then... Ugh. Okay. Second phase, here we go. So... At least we gain some progression here, but still. Obviously, that's he's gonna do the exact same attack as before, except now, we don't need to rely on this godforsaken pressable switches and stuff like that. Oh, wait a second. Please don't tell me there's gonna be another one of those pressable switches in one of those later phases. Although, first of all, let me just go ahead and turn into Genius Wario and deals the amount of damage to Stuffy the 64th here, so... Although I will have to admit though, this game does have some very weird boss names as far as this is concerned, so... Alright, so he's gonna shoot 2 projectiles at us, straight forward. And duck, and I think that pretty much does it from here. Yeah, this phase is actually pretty easy, so unlike the first phase, it's all just all over the place. Okay, here we go on to, I would say, the third and the final phase of the fight, so... Which I'm assuming for this point anyway, so... I think it's probably best to use Cosmic Wario so we could just... hit him like so. And yep, I was totally right. Yeah, there was a godforsaken switch there. Best of luck for this, Sonic. Ah! No! No! Oh my god, this is getting ridiculous. And by the way, if you manage to able to come across into Count Cannonoi, basically though, you're forced to able to refight this entire whole fight all over again, and let me tell you, it's gonna be a pain in the backside, so... Ah. Okay, that should be alright, I guess, because after all, I've landed on the switch and stuff like that, so... Okay, so basically we have to just do that and vice versa, and it's actually not too bad. Actually, I take that back, that everything else in this boss fight is not that fun. Ranging from, you know, stupid drawing gimmicks like I just somehow messed up a lot of times, and on top of that, if you dare touch the Count Cannonoi, you have to redo this entire boss fight all over again, filled to the brim with a lot of trial and error, and on top of all that stuff though, that you have to start from phase 1 all over again, because imagine this, right? If you get into phase 3, and if you somehow get stuck on phase 3, and then if you fell into the water with all this water rapids, as you can see, you're able to blow back, and on top of that, if Count Cannonoi just caught up to you, and basically, if he catches you, basically, start this entire boss fight all over again, and this really sucks. This honestly really sucks. But anyway, let's get this boss done and over with. I just don't care. Come on. Oh my god! I hate this freaking game. I literally hate this freaking game. Because you know what? I'm done. I'm done again. You'll be in charge for this point again, Mighty. You'll be in charge of this again. As soon as this dialogue goes, then I'm flipping done with this. I'm done with this game for now. I can't take this anymore. Well, there goes Sonic again. After that, well, there's terrible design choices as far as this is concerned, I guess. Although, to be fair though, it's like a throwback to Wario Land 2, where if you mess up in any points of the fight... Oh, and same applies to Wario Land 3 as well. That basically though, the actual, the boss itself will replenish its health, and you have to redo this entire things itself again. So, yeah, I can totally see why a lot of people just, well, give up on this game. So, well, I've got nothing more to add, I guess. So... I do apologize for this point, guys, because this is the second time that Sonic just somehow almost rage quit in certain parts of this godforsaken game, but again, good news folks, we almost nearly at the end, so, and well, it seems to be more specifically though, we almost done with the enemy variety. Like, I know we're missing a couple of those things, so in some cases though, I think it seems kind of worth it for able to, like, well, again, it's so hard to tell at this rate, because, well, we do not know about this game all that much, so let's just gotta say that right about now. So, yeah, nothing new on minigames category, apart from that particular documentary book, so, that was very stressful for, not for me, but with Sonic as well. So, yeah, I think I might as well check on Sonic from now on, just to see how he is. And I'll see you guys in the next video on Wednesday, so see you dudes later. So, I'll see what Sonic is doing.